Right, I have 57 minutes on my phone. Obviously, guys. And after I make this video, guys, I'm going to order my shawarma, and I will what? Upload the video, take a shower, walk to the store, get beer, and a pack of smokes. And I'll come back, and the video will be uploaded by then. It'll be in a couple hours from now. Usually around, I don't know, 10 o'clock, 10:30 around there. I usually start filming my videos around 6. I upload my videos usually around 8 I don't know, 8:30 around there. And then by 9:30 around there, the videos get uploaded. So a couple hours from now, my video will be uploaded. VJ will be like, oh my god, Ivan, I'm so excited to see Ivan's videos, I'm saying. Because VJ loves it when I make my videos, obviously. Obviously, right? The only person in the world who will not feel like shit once I make that final announcement is my wife, VJ. Because VJ knows she's gonna be living life with me when I'm king, obviously. And VJ is lucky. Like VJ will be a bit bummed out when I make that final announcement. Oh my god, Ivan's really done. But VJ won't really care because VJ knows, yeah, after Ivan pays his fee, I'm gonna be queen and king. I'm gonna be queen with him. Yeah. I'm gonna be saved and I'm gonna be living a life. We're gonna be famous celebrities. Yeah. And VJ's the only one in the world who will not have that shitty feeling once I make that that final announcement a couple days. So you're looking at a good 2-3 days from now, guys. Three to 4 days from now, I'm making that final announcement, guys. And I am done. As I'm running out of ideas. Yeah, Ivan, we know you're running out of ideas. Yes, I ran out of ideas to talk about. As I've talked about everything I can think of in our miscellaneous series, I'm running out of ideas. Hence, that's how you know what I am done after I make the final announcement. Once I find out how wicked you are, and I find out how rich my family is, and I get that flashback, like, I'm never, man. I found out to die for my wife. You try me sharing death. I am never making evil show ever again. I'm going to cry my eyes out, and the trends will keep me going, obviously, because I'm going to be trending online when I pay his fee. My wife will be looking at the trends. Who's Ivan with? Is he fucking this girl? Is he making out with her? You know what I'm saying? Is he hanging out with her? You know what I'm saying? Look how crazy she is. But she can't say shit. I show her for good. She had boyfriends, and the mess happened. And VJ can't say shit. She was a porn star, too. VJ can't say shit. Obviously. As guaranteed, you're going to see pictures of me trending when I pay this fee. Because now I'm a famous porn star. I'm having sex with celebrities. There's a high chance when I'll be hanging out with some celebrities, and when I do hang out with celebrities, people are obviously going to take pictures of me hanging out downtown with my shitty clothing and all that stuff. You're going to see pictures of Ivan America trending online finally, and VJ will be looking at the trends. And those trends will keep me going. As I listen to music, look at the trends, oh my god, look at me, I'm trending. And this is a foreshadow of the future when I'm king, obviously. And during the 8-9 months, I'm going to get a laugh out of my own videos. And I'll look at the trending pictures. As long as I have the trending pictures, it's good enough. It keeps me going, obviously. And I'll watch movies and that kind of stuff. Watch games on YouTube to keep me going, obviously. You see what I'm saying here? Watch those videos to keep me going, obviously. You see what I'm saying here, guys? Yeah, man. I'm tempted if I should smoke. If I should have a smoke while I make this video, have one smoke. I'm saying, even though I'm not allowed to smoke in the house, the door blocks the smoke. Obviously, I'll just have one smoke. My step parents can't say shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they fucking lock the doors on me. Ivan, you can't smoke in the house. Sometimes I go in the storage room and I have a smoke. You know what I'm saying? They get mad at me. Ivan, don't smoke in the house, and you fucking lock the doors on me and you hit your wall. Hence, I shut you up for good, obviously. And my step family obviously doesn't give a shit about this house. As even though I live in this is a very nice neighborhood, believe me. If you saw this neighborhood, if you came to this neighborhood, you'd be like, oh my god, Ivan, this is a beautiful neighborhood. Yeah, the neighborhood I live in is a beautiful neighborhood for a middle class family, obviously. But if you're someone who's a gatekeeper, this is a ghetto. As I should be living the billionaire life with them, obviously. But they hid their wealth and locked the doors on both me and my wife, obviously. You see what I'm saying? Let me start sidetracking here, okay? I am going to talk about Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson. I've talked enough about SkySource. You guys get an idea. I think I made enough videos. You guys know that me and Music are going to own a top high-end SkySource company. Bigger entertainment company than Disney, Warner Bros., Universal, Fox, Nickelodeon, MTV, you know what I'm saying? iCandy was MTV, a bigger company would blow MTV out of the water, blow Nickelodeon out of the water, blow Fox, blow Disney, Warner Bros., all those companies out of the water. And SkySource will be the biggest film brand in the entertainment business. That's why all the Hollywood actors are going to so desperately try and send the reels. But here's the catch, though. You guys already know, all you actors in Hollywood, man, I'm talking to you guys. You guys can see the future. You already know if you're chosen or not for my movie. You have the keys you can see, obviously. It's funny because all the actors in Hollywood, they all know if they're chosen or not. Even then, they're still going to send the reels because that's how desperate they're going to be, and that's how top notch guys is, and that's how special me and VJ be. I want to be in VJ's movie, and I want to be saved. I don't want to be left behind. Yeah, Skyscraper is a better company than all these Hollywood companies. You see what I'm saying here? So I'm going to talk about my last Overzanius project, okay? So I'm going to skip the babble when I talk about George Lucas. I think I've talked about that enough. So me and VJ, we took our 1 year vacation, our beautiful 100 winter route to Connellsville. VJ, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Me and VJ have our nice parties. We make out. We you know what I'm saying? We fuck. You know what I'm saying? We hook up mad. You know what I'm saying? Ivan, you shouldn't say it. Look, man, me and VJ are inseparable. We're gonna be what? Hooking up a lot, obviously, a lot. It's been crazy. We make out, we do parties, we you know what I'm saying, we you know what I'm saying, we hook up obviously. And me and VJ are now ready to hired our 17 doc team. You know what I'm saying? Our photographers, are the best photographers in the business, graphic designers and web designer. We hired all those guys, and now what? We are now ready to start Skyscraper. We did our board meetings. The orientation happened. The engineers showed the 17 and all of them how everything works, how the computer software works. Looking at the casting calls, me when I write my scripts, the secretaries when they take calls in computer software. I mean, the first day is orientation, obviously, and everyone starts work, obviously. And don't forget the doc team will be filming this, obviously. There's a high chance for my last Rosanius movie project, I will be high chance. I'm gonna have this talk with VJ. Hey VJ, you read my book. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Ivan, you wrote a masterpiece. Yeah, I wrote a masterpiece. If you turn this into a movie looking at an amazing story, yeah, look at an amazing story. Hey VJ, I gave it some thought. Because I'm starring as a leader for my movie, to take the stress from me, I think it's best that I hire a director to take the stress on me. What do you think, VJ? Do you think I should put in the work and direct and star as a lead, obviously, or do you think I should take the stress off me and hire a director to what? Take the stress off me and direct my movie, obviously. The two cans I'm thinking of are Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson. And me and VJ are gonna have that talk. I don't know what VJ is gonna say. VJ might say, Ivan, it's up to you, man. It's your choice. It's your movie. You know, but VJ might be like, Ivan, you wrote it. It's your story. You know what I'm saying? It's your story, but at the same time, Ivan, I don't want you to be stressed out, honey. I don't want you to be stressed out, baby. You know what I'm saying? Because VJ's gonna call me baby. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to be stressed out, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you're starring as lead. It's a lot of work. Last thing you want to do is focus on practicing your lines. At the same time, you got to focus on taking your directing notes. And the direct is very, very stressing. Hence why there's a high chance I'm going to hire Peter Jackson or Gibson to direct my movie, obviously. Obviously, right? I don't know. Let's assume me and VJ make the choice. We choose to hire a director, obviously. The two cans I'm going to have chosen are Mel Gibson and Peter Jackson. And not all the actors will be in my database as well as all the directors. All those directors, agents, and all stuff, their information will be in my database too. As I'm going to be hiring directors for all my movies, obviously. So not only are the actors going to be in my database, the directors are going to be in my database too, obviously. So I'll tell my secretaries, okay, give Peter Jackson's agent and Mel Gibson's agent a call, and tell them that Ivan's interested in you guys to direct the movie. These guys are obviously like, oh my god, these guys are obviously going to be what interested in directing my movie, obviously. As once we read my book, they're never going to be saying, oh my god, Ivan wrote a masterpiece. Yeah. I even wrote a fucking masterpiece. I wrote a fucking masterpiece, man. A fucking masterpiece of a story. Because I'm a fucking creative genius, obviously. I even wrote a masterpiece of a story, obviously. My secretaries give their agents a call. If Ivan's interested in having you guys direct this movie, they're all on board. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Of course I'd love to direct this movie, obviously. You know what I'm saying? And I'll fly Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson on my private jet, early first year, and I'll have them compete for the role. That's how. If I choose to hire Peter Jackson, Mel Gibson, I'm gonna fly them on my private jet. Obviously, the guys are two birds in my jet. Obviously, the doc team will be filming this too. But hey, look, man. If I choose to hire a director, I want you guys what? I want you guys filming Peter Jackson, Mel Gibson when they're flown on my jet. Film them, obviously. That's why 17's gonna be hard at work making all of keeping track of the doc budget, paying for the doc whose flights they're feeding. All that stuff. It's hard at work, obviously. And then when Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson come to my office, you know what I'm saying? Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson come to my office, they sit on the couch, obviously. They're also going to have to get interviewed by a psychologist too, obviously. as you're looking at the devil himself for Aratet, obviously. You're looking at the but by then the concept arts will not be what? By then the concept arts will not be the concept arts will not be will not be done by then. Because if I choose to hire Mel Gibson for yes, I'm gonna call them like within the first like week or 2 weeks. I'm gonna fly them to my office around there, and by then the concept arts of Aratat around there might have not been drawn by then. But Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson are also going to have to get interviewed by a psychologist, as they're going to be directing behind the scenes and staring at that mask, obviously, that horrific mask. As they're also going to have to get interviewed by a psychologist too, obviously. I'm not joking around. You guys think I'm joking around, but the mask for Aratet, you're looking at something very disturbing, man. When that mask stares at you, you feel the evil. If that mask was in your room, you wouldn't be able to sleep, but you wouldn't be able to sleep in your room. You would take that mask and throw it away. If the mask was in my room, I wouldn't be able to sleep in my. I would take that mask and throw it away. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night in my room because the mask is fucking horrific, obviously. And that horrific mask that you saw, I'm saying I'm adding $380 million towards special effects towards it, man. I was probably looking at literal demons and devils on the screen. Again, you guys know what I'm talking about. You can see the future, obviously. So psychologists will interview them. Like, holy shit, how scary is Aratet and all of them, obviously. Okay, Peter Jackson, Mel Gibson, Ivan and Regis will have you come to the boardroom, and they're gonna ask you a series of questions. Obviously, so before when I fly Peter Jackson, Mel Gibson, I'm gonna have me and VJ. Okay, VJ, me and you are gonna have to plan out questions we want to ask Peter Jackson, Mel Gibson about Last of Zanus. We can write it out on our computer, and that when Mel Gibson, Peter Jackson come to our office. They come to our office one by one. I'm not going to have them fight for the role, and I'm not going to have both of them come to my office. No, send them in one by one, obviously, and they're going to what? They're going to fight for the role. You're going to see how hard these guys are going to fight for the role, man. As they all want to so badly direct my Last of Zanus. It's a dream to direct an Ivan VJ movie, obviously. At the same time, it's the best story ever told. They read my book. Oh my god, this is a masterpiece. Obviously, you'll see that they'll know what you guys will see what I mean when you read my book, obviously. At the same time, it's an unheard of budget. Unlimited budget. As every director's dream is to work with an unlimited budget, man. As Peter Jackson worked with a limited budget for Lord of the Rings, and Mel Gibson worked with a limited budget for Passion of Christ, whereas my movie, looking at an unlimited budget, I'm putting $550 million towards the movie, man. $550 million towards the 3 movies. $380 million towards special effects for the 3 movies. $40 million towards set building. 60,000 extras, unlimited budget. It looks something crazy, man. Yeah, man. Pimped out all the IMAX cameras. Best drones for the IMAX cameras. For high shot footage. Best equipment for the IMAX cameras. Yeah, everything is so high tech in Skies was, so yeah, man. Because Skies is a top notch company. It's better than Hollywood. And yeah, that's why these directors are gonna so badly want to direct a movie. And you're gonna see how hard Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson are gonna fight for the role, man. You're gonna see them competing hard, man. That's why it's going to be a hard choice for me and Vijay to choose between Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson. Because even though Mel Gibson, somebody tells you Mel Gibson's the right man for the job, Peter Jackson did Lord of the Rings, man, and Lord of the Rings is the best movie trilogy ever made, man. Obviously, but Mel Gibson, you have that horror element of Passion of Christ. And Passion of Christ, in my opinion, is one of the best movies ever made too. It's a fucking masterpiece of a story. It's an amazing movie, easily top 15 best movies ever made. Passion of Christ, fucking amazing movie, obviously. Because Passion of Christ, you have the horror element with the demons and Jesus, obviously, the story of Jesus. That's why Mel Gibson's perfect. You have the devil and Satan. That's why he's good for Zanus, because you have the horror element of Aratet and the demons also. Attacks the symbols of Jesus. But Peter Jackson, you have the fantasy world for the Lord of the Rings. That's why they're both so good for the role, for the role, obviously. The fantasy world for the Lord of the Rings, obviously. You see what I'm saying here? And the action scenes of the Lord of the Rings. And that's why they're both really good for the role, for the what? For the movie, obviously. You see what I'm saying here? So we send in Mel Gibson first, and me and Vijay, we have our sheet, and we ask Mel Gibson a series of questions. Okay, when you read my book, Last of Zanus, when you read my book, Last of Zanus, do you see Last of Zanus as a PG-13 movie? Do you see it as a 16+ movie, or do you see it as a rated R movie? You ask Mel Gibson this question. Oh, I don't know. I see it as a rated R movie. You ask me these questions. I'm saying, when you think of Aratet, what do you see him as? Do you see him as a wolf on 4 legs? Do you see him as a werewolf, looking like a werewolf? Do you see him as a wolf with human features? what I'm saying? You see him as a most horrific being ever made. You see him as the devil himself. What are your ideas for the North being? What are your ideas for the Holy North? What are your ideas for the South being cursed? Ask them all these questions. And they give you ideas. Obviously, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. What are you thinking of for Zanus? What are you thinking of for Sapphias? What are you thinking of for the Gileas Caverns? What are you thinking of for Ephesus, the king bat of the mountains? You ask Mel Gibson all these questions. Okay, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Okay, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Then you send him back. You send him back, obviously. I called Peter Jackson. I asked him the same questions, obviously. You know what I'm saying? I asked him, do you see Eritan as a full-on CG wolf, or do you see him wearing a mask, having a more natural look? Ask him those questions. You know what I'm saying, whoever comes to the better answer, that's the director who I'll be hiring. Me and after me and Vijay interview the two directors, me and Vijay talk it over. And okay. I think we got our man. There's a high chance something tells me I'm going to end up choosing. If I end up choosing to hire one of those two guys, something tells me Mel Gibson's the right man for the job. Because Mel Gibson, you have that horror aspect of Passion of Christ, and Mel Gibson's into that horror stuff. He's into that. Passion of Christ is radar. You have Story of Jesus. Tachys has a lot of Jesus symbolism with Tachys, and you also have the devil and the demons, obviously. Yeah, you have that horror aspect of Passion of Christ, obviously. With Mel Gibson, you have the fantasy world, but you don't really have the horror of horror and all that stuff. That's the thing about Peter Jackson. But something tells me I'm going to end up choosing Mel Gibson if those guys are competing for the role. But who knows? I might choose Peter Jackson. You never know, man. And again, if those guys are hired, you already know. If I end up choosing to hire director guys, you guys see the future. You already know if you're who's hired. You know if Peter Jackson, you know if you're hired. And Mel Gibson, you know if you're hired. You guys see the future, obviously. You guys know, obviously. I don't know. Me and Visa, we choose our man. I don't know. We end up choosing Mel Gibson. Okay, so after we made a decision, we call those two guys. Okay, guys, come to our office. Okay, me and my wife have talked this over. We've asked you guys a series of questions in regards to my movie. Just to let you know, Last of Zanus is my baby. I pour my blood, sweat, and tears into this movie. I don't want anyone to ruin my movie, obviously. And I know you guys are talented director. Mel Gibson, you did Passion of the Christ. I respect you a lot. One of the best ones ever made. Peter Jackson, you did Lord of the Rings. I respect you a lot. Lord of the Rings, in my opinion, is the best movie shows ever made. You guys are legends. I respect you guys a lot. You guys contribute a lot to the Hollywood film community. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? You thank them, obviously. Okay, guys, me and Vijay are going to make our choice. You see both directors are all nervous. This will all be in the documentary. They're all nervous, obviously. Please be me, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why. Me and Vijay, we end up choosing Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson, you're our man. You're our chosen man. You know what I'm saying? Peter, I'd like to thank you for coming here. You know what I'm saying? Even though we would love to have you on board, unfortunately we can only make one choice. We can only hire one director. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming here. You know what I'm saying? You thank him. You send Peter Jackson home. Peter Jackson's all sad. He's all sad. Guaranteed he'll be all sad because he wants to be saved and he wants to be part of that movie, obviously. Whereas Mel Gibson's all happy, showing for joy. Oh my God, thank you, Ivan. This is a huge opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, Mel Gibson. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Welcome aboard. You're gonna be saved. You're gonna get to direct my amazing Last of Us story. I read your book. Your book is a masterpiece. I can't wait to direct this for you. Okay, Mel Gibson. Thank you. You send Peter Jackson home. Peter Jackson's all sad. Mel Gibson's all happy, obviously. And once I make my choice, me and my wife will now negotiate the contract with Mel Gibson. Okay, Mel Gibson. Now that you're a chosen director, let's cut the chit chat. Let's get down to business. Let's talk business, obviously. You know what I'm saying? And me and Vijay give him an offer. Okay, we'll pay you $40 million for directing our movie. We'll pay you a $10 million sign bonus. So within the next couple of days, you get your $10 million check in your bank. We'll be negotiating with his agent, obviously, in a conference call. Or you can fly his agent with. You can fly Peter Jackson, Mel Gibson's agent, or office if you want to. Or you can do a conference call. We'll be negotiating with his agent, obviously. I'll pay you a $10 million sign bonus. For $10 million sign bonus for what? For pre-production, obviously. So for the 3 years of pre-production, he gets $10 million, which is nice, obviously. And the only work Mel Gibson, I'll also have you be my executive producer. I'll give you power, producing power. As a director, it's good to have producing power. I'll give you producing power. You'll be consulting on set during the pre-production. The third, you can be consulting on set, helping out the 17 with business stuff. You can also help out the 17 with business stuff. Consult. Just give them ideas. Tell them what the best cameras are, best camera equipment. As Mel Gibson obviously knows ins and outs of the Hollywood business, obviously for the cameras, all that stuff. He'll be my executive producer. As executive producer, you just consult. That's all an executive producer does. You consult, obviously. You'll be my executive producer. I'll give you power. You'll be the boss over my movie. And you'll be what? You'll be consulting on set during pre-production as well as during production. You can be consulting during production too, as well as you'll be what? Well, he doesn't have to consult during production, but during pre-production, the third year you consult, help out the 17 with business, a few business stuff, and help out the 17 the first year, the first year with what? Help out the help out what the help out the 17 with the first year with some business calls. He won't be making any business calls. As executive producers, they don't really do much work. They just consult. They're the boss, and they just consult and help out the producers. That's what an executive producer is, pretty much. As the assistant producers all do all the work now. That's how it works. The executive producers barely do any producing work. That's how it works in Hollywood. They get the credit, obviously, but they don't do as much work as the assistant producers, obviously. That's how it works in Hollywood, I'm saying. And what? By the way, Mel Gibson, I'm gonna need help. You're gonna be co-writing my script with me and my two script developers, and you're also gonna be doing the concept arts with me every afternoon. I'm more than happy to co-write the script with you. Yes, in order for you to direct a movie, I need you to co-write the script with me. That way, you know the ins and outs of the story. And I also want you doing the concept arts with me and my wife and the two script developers, and John Howe, Alan Lee, and the people who are gonna draw for the characters. Obviously. I'll pay you $30 million side at the start of production. You get your $10 million sign bonus, and you get your $30 million side at the start of production. And Mel Gibson's like, that's a deal. And he agrees to the deal. We shake hands to the deal, obviously. We shake hands to the deal, obviously. So the only work Mel Gibson will be doing if he's hired, he'll be my executive producer, the boss of the movie. He'll be consulting for some business, obviously, with helping out 17 the first year, telling him what good cameras they are, what good sets they are, all that stuff for sets, all that stuff, companies for sets, all that stuff. Corn for cameras, you know what I'm saying? He'll be doing the cause arts with me and my wife, it's two script developers in the afternoon. And he'll be co-writing the script with me and my two script developers. That's what he'll be doing the first year, as well as taking his directing notes. Okay, Mel Gibson, your hotel's paid for, so you'll be staying in a hotel in Vancouver for a year. Your hotel's paid for and your feeding is paid for. So every day a limo company will take him to a nice buffet restaurant for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For breakfast, lunch, and dinner in Vancouver, his hotel's paid for, and his feeding is paid for the first year, obviously. And the second year, I'll have him stay in Vancouver, and I'll have him stay in Vancouver and meet all the actors. Obviously, so the second year you'll stay in the hotel for a good month, because I want the actors meeting Mel Gibson if he's directing my movie. I want the director meeting all the actors. It's good as a director to get familiar with the actors. Mel Gibson meets all the actors. Hey, congratulations, guys! I'm going to be the director for your movie. Everyone's like, holy shit, Mel Gibson. I'm saying, Mel Gibson's directing Zane. I'm saying, and yeah, and Mel Gibson meets all the actors, all the minor actors and main actors. He meets all those guys, obviously. And Mel Gibson, you can even have him be a part of all the takeouts and he'll be partying up in my condo with after all the takeouts with all the actors the second year. And after he does all the takeouts with all the actors the second year, you can send him home and spend time with his family. And he'll be a part of the ad shoots the first year with me and my wife and the 17. Obviously, look, man, I pay you a $10 sign was. I'm not sponsoring clothing. You're going to have to buy your own nice suits as I pay you a nice $10 sign bonus. As Mel Gibson can easily buy his own nice suits and shoots. It'll be featured on the 4 ad shoots the first year with me and my wife and 17. And it'll also be flown in for the ad shoots with the business ad shoots with the actors the second year. It'll be featured with me and my wife and the 15 actors are featured. 15 actors are featured the second year. On the ad shoots. I'm not sponsoring him with clothing as because I pay you a $10 sign bonus. You can easily afford to buy nice suits for the 4 ad shoots. Buy nice casual clothes and nice suits. Mel Gibson obviously owns nice suits. Obviously, he's fucking loaded. Obviously, you can bring your nice suits that you have at your house, or if you want to buy more suits, I pay you a $10 sign bonus. You can buy easily a nice $2,000 suit and nice shoes for the shoots. and nice casual clothing for the shoots of the first year with the Me and Wife in 17. And the second year, you can buy a nice suit, a nice clothing for what? Or bring the nice clothing you have at home for the business actors with the actors the second year. Obviously. So second year, after he meets all the actors and minor actors and major actors, when they get flown in the second year, he introduced himself to all the actors, obviously, and he's a part of the takeouts. You know what I'm saying? And part out my car and all. So I'll send Mel Gibson home. He can spend time with his family, and then I'll fly him in for the ad shoots, the 4 ad shoots the second year, the business ad shoots with the actors. He'll be featured with Me and Wife with the actors. As a director, he has to be featured with you and your wife and your actors. He's your director, obviously. You have to have him featured with you and your actors. You're going to see Mel Gibson boss featured with Me and Wife and your actors. If he's hired, it's not guaranteed I'm going to hire. I'm playing devil's advocate here. I'm assuming I'm hiring a director. There's a high chance I'll direct against myself. I'm just throwing it out there. There's also a high chance I'll hire Mel Gibson or Peter Jackson to direct my movie, obviously. And if Peter Jackson is hired, he will get his $40 million too. He also introduced himself with the actors the second year, and he's a part of the 4 ad shoots the first year and the second year too. And he gets featured with Me and Wife and the actors if he's Me and Wife in 17 the first year, and the business ad shoots the second year with Me and Wife and the actors. And he gets his $10 million sign bonus, he gets $30 million to start production, and he has to buy his own clothes or bring his nice clothes at his house, obviously. Because I'm not paying for the clothing because I paid him a $10 million sign bonus. Because I pay you a $10 million sign bonus, you can easily afford to buy your nice clothes, shoes and suits and casual clothes, or you can bring your nice clothes that you have at home. As these guys are obviously rich, they obviously have nice clothes at their house, obviously, they can bring. Obviously. And the third year, Mel Gibson will be flown to Switzerland and will be consulting and prepping. I want you going over your directing notes with your. I'm gonna have Mel Gibson. Okay, who is the best assistant director to help you? Then Mel Gibson tells me the best assistant director. Hire that assistant director. Pay him a nice like $500,000 for the 9 months to assist Mel Gibson, obviously. And then my 2 script roles will also be helping what? My two script roles will also be helping helping Mel Gibson assistant director. That way you have more minds for your movie, obviously. And then third year he'll be consulting, helping out 17 for business when his crewmen are prepping in Switzerland, obviously. I also want him prepping as a director. I want you going over your directing notes with the 2 script writers and the assistant director. That way you're prepped for production, obviously. That's my plan if Mel Gibson's hired. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna have a smoke. I'm craving a smoke right now. I'm saying. I'm just having one smoke. I'm just having one smoke and that's it. Obviously. Arvin, why are you smoking in your house? It's only one smoke. The smell won't really spread. It's only one fucking smoke, I'm saying. Maybe I shouldn't smoke. My family might get mad. They might catch me. I'll think about it, I'm saying. And then 4th year. So while me and my wife and the actors are doing the table reads the 3rd year. So while the actors are staying in Vancouver in the 3rd year, they're doing their 5-day table reads and their tactical and horse training 5 days a week. Again, I'm gonna hire the best stuntmen around the world to hire a good 5 stuntmen to train me and the men in tactical training, top notch sword training. For the Southerns and the Northerns, obviously. The Northerns do more advanced fighting. The Southerns do lighter training, obviously. As well as Maramis and Testonians are going to have to do archer training, too. Hire the best stuntmen. Hire a good 5 stuntmen around the world. Pay them. They'll cost you a good $300,000. Pay them a good $300,000 to train you and the men. I'll hire a top-notch horse company to train the women who are riding horses, like my wife and the woman, obviously. They're going to be riding horses in the movie. As well as the men ride horses in the movie, too. All going to have to do horse training too, obviously. As the men are going to have a blast. And the doctor will be filming all this, obviously. And they do their 5-day table reads and they do their once a week dialect training. Their once a week dialect training too. Obviously, you see what I'm saying here? They do their once a week dialect training. See what I'm saying here? Yeah. Then 4th year, a month into the 4th year, production will start. And Mel Gibson, if he's hired, he'll be directing my last Hope for Zaynus movie, obviously. So he'll be directing Volume 1, which is the prologue. Because he took his directing notes, that's why it's mandatory. I'm gonna tell Mel Gibson, look, if he's hired, I'm gonna look, man. Every time we co-write the script together, I want you when you go back to your hotel room, I want you taking directing notes for each scene. That way, you have a foundation in your brain. You're not lost. Man, make sure you take directing notes. I don't want you being lost, obviously. And Mel Gibson will be what? He'll be if he's hired, obviously, he'll be directing my last Over Zane's movie, and it's the first. I don't know, for first month he'll be directing the prologue, which is what the life of Taki when Takius is born. Takius second is born, and when Takius the first. Takius the first, obviously. Obviously, you have Maramis, young Cassius, Queen Sarah. You know what I'm saying? Aratat. For Fool's Born the same day as Takius, obviously. And he'll be directing that. He'll be directing the prologue, obviously. The prologue will take a good month to film around there. The prologue will be a good 40 minutes of the movie. So the actor for Takius the first will be filming for a good month. Obviously, he's going to be in a good 45 minutes of the beginning of the movie, obviously. And after that he'll be filming Young Takius. Young Takius will probably take another month to film. A good month to film around there, and then the remaining month will be when Takius will be when Takius is older. So let me show my camera for a sec.